Hello Bookish friends, welcome to my October TBR. In this video, I will talk about the books that I plan to read for my TBR and yearly goals. And then I will briefly mention the books that I plan to read for the readathon that I will participate in October, which is Victober. In the month of October, I'm planning to do a trilogy read-along. The read-along of The Ark of a Scythe trilogy by Neal Schusterman. At the time that I'm filming this TBR video, it is not certain if anybody will join this read-along with me or who will they be. It will be more certain at the first week of October. I plan to read this book starting from the second week of October. If you want to read Scythe by Neal Schusterman with me, you can comment on the announcement video or in this video. Second book that I will read is the second book in a new urban fantasy series that I'm reading with Eliot Zobeck. We have just started reading the first book and it looks like a very fun series. The name of the book that we will read is Vamps and the City by Carolyn Sparks. For my real life book club, I have a book that I will also read for Victober. It was a very good coincidence that the dates fitted perfectly with Victober. The name of the book is Erewhon by Samuel Butler. This book is one of the first books in the genre of fantasy, and I cannot wait to read this very significant book. For my online book clubs, for Christie Fest, I will read Endless Night by Agatha Christie. I have not read this Christie book before, so I'm very excited. Last month, I joined Nancy Drew Read Along, and this month we will read the second book, The Hidden Staircase by Carolyn Keene. This read-along is hosted by Mitzi at Mitzi Reads and Writes, and you can find more about how to join the Voxer group in Mitzi's channel. I will link her down below, of course. I really enjoyed our discussion in the first book. I cannot wait to read the second book and join another wonderful discussion. 4 books of Alfred Hitchcock project. We have a stage play for this month, which is Dial M for Murder, written by Frederick Knott. This play was adapted into an Alfred Hitchcock movie with the same title, and it is one of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movies. So I'm very eager to read this book too. For my series cup, this month I will choose a series to binge read. This cup consists of series that had 3 or less than 3 books left to finish at the beginning of the year. The series that I will binge read is a mystery series, Inspector Ellen Grant series. I really enjoyed the books that I read from this series. One of them actually coincided with my Books of Alfred Hitchcock project, which was great. And I will most probably finish the series by the end of 2023. I will also draw a book from this physical books TBR glass. Although it is impossible for me to fulfill my goal of reading 12 books from bookshelves, I still like picking books from this glass so that we could have an alternative. And the book is Merak Uyanınca by Aydın Boysan. It is a non-fiction essay book written by a very famous architect and writer. So this book will be very fun to read. The prompt for Golden Girls Yearly Reading Challenge was phobia. and I chose a vampire story, Vamps and the City by Kerrelyn Sparks. Many people have a phobia of seeing blood, so I thought this book would fit the challenge. For my series about series project, for the prompt of starting and finishing trilogies, I will start the Arc of a Scythe trilogy by reading Scythe by Neal Schusterman. And I will finish Crazy Rich Asians series by Kwan by reading Rich People Problems. And for the prompt of finishing a series, less than 3 books left, I will read the next book in Inspector Alan Grant series, which is To Love and Be Wise by Josephine. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will just join Victober in the month of October. I actually chose my book to read for Victober last year in a try a chapter video. I really did like the first chapter of Silas Marner by George Eliot, and I thought it would fit one of the prompts, and it certainly did. For the other prompts, I chose shorter works. For the prompt of New Woman Movement, I chose to read a play which is Candida by George Bernard Shaw. For the prompt of Stranger, I will read a mystery short story which is The Black Bag Left on a Doorstep by Catherine Luisa Pirkis. For the prompt of a first person point of view, I will read another short story which is an account of some strange disturbance of Anger Street by G.S.L. Fanu. This short story is also a mystery short story with supernatural elements. For the prompt of an author that is new for me, I will read Erewhon by Samuel Butler. As I mentioned before, I will also read this book for my real life book club. And last but of course not least, for the prompt of class, I will read Silas Minor by George Eliot. There are many class relationships in the town where Silas lives. So I will read my main Victober book for the prompt of class. Those were the books that I plan to read for the month of October. Because I plan to read relatively shorter works than any other months, my aim for October is to catch up with the books that I'm behind on books of Alfred Hitchcock project. Like I mentioned in the drawing, I have no illusions to fulfill the books that I'm behind on physical TBR glass project. But it would be great if I read just one book from the books that I've picked. Please comment down below. Have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose dial. Dial means çevirmek in Turkish, and çevirmek is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.